W on the second channel though, but yes, story. Yeah, I don't know if I have that many stories. I mean, like I recently only just got like. I could tell you guys about the first time I got really fucking high if you want.
That's versatile. I guess you wouldn't play Haaland anywhere other than centre forward, but beyond that.
Now I have to say this before anything bad happens, okay? This happened in California. Or actually, no, in Colorado, okay? This did not happen in North Carolina, where weed is illegal. This happened in Colorado, okay? Macwell performing drugs. Yeah, no. I'm going down the wrong path, guys. Weed, what's next? Crocodile? Bath salts? I was about to say magic mushrooms, but those are actually pretty safe.
That in itself is a mighty accomplishment.
Yeah, it's really well done. There's still a lot to play for.
We're gonna stream high next. Don't worry, that's not that. Oh my god, what's happening here? A brawl? Has anything even happened? I've like not been watching this game for the past like 15 minutes. All right, so anyways, let me tell you guys about the first time I got high. Basically, it was one night when me and my friends, I was hanging out with some friends, and we had just finished like prepping dinner and shit, and we had just watched like the new episode of like Vinland Saga. I think it was like episode 12. I can't remember. That was a really good episode, by the way. And my friend asked me, he's like, "Hey, you got any like more work to do?" I'm like, "No," and he's like, "You want to smoke?" I'm like, "Yeah," because like I have smoked before, like I not much, like I've only just kind of done it because it's like available to me, and so we go outside. My friend has this like massive like bong, and one thing you want to learn about weed, right, well, like smoking weed, right, is bongs are fucking strong. They are fucking strong. I was aware of this, but maybe not too aware of this. And kind of like give you a little bit of context. I was doing this basically blind. I had taken off my glasses because my glasses would like fall off every single time because I had to tape. I had actually broken my last pair of glasses recently, and I had to like tape the one side to like the whatever, like fix them basically, and they keep falling off. So I had to do this like blind. My friend was teaching me how to hit the bong because I kind of forgot how to, and so then basically I take like a few little hits here or there. Like he's kind of guiding me, he's kind of helping me out here, and I'm like, okay, I'm not really feeling it though. And one thing you'll learn very quickly, right, is that when smoking weed, especially from a bong, when you say the words "I'm not feeling it yet," oh boy, you better stop. You better fucking stop. Because it's not like it can hit immediately, but also it can take time. This one took time. But me, I was impatient, and this was my last day with my friends for a bit. So I took another hit. And my friend kind of, he helped me like kind of do like the, I forgot what it's called, but you kind of like, you generate the smoke first, and then I really shouldn't be doing this to my with my audience, teaching you guys how to do this. So basically, right, let's just say that this is the fucking bong, right, and you have like this bit here, and fucking here you have a screwdriver, okay? This screwdriver is our lighter, okay? So the lighter, this is our little bowl, right? The bowl is like attached to like the bong, and so you got some weed in it, and then you like light it, right? And there's like a little thing where you insert the bowl, right? And so once you light it, okay, it generates, like, you have to blow into it, right? You blow into it, and that's where the smoke comes in. And then you lift out the little thing, right? All that smoke is there waiting to be, like, sucked in. That's where you, like, start smoking weed, right? Talking about clearing it, probably. I don't know. I don't know these terms, man. My friends are bigger stoners than I am. I'm not even a stoner. I'm just, like, I'm a test subject, basically. And so I'd like generated a lot more smoke than I thought. My friend kind of was too high to really help me out and like stop me. So then I lift the thing out and I just like suck in so much, and I don't realize how much I suck in until the very moment I release it, and then everything just changes. It was like my vision had just switched to a different Instagram filter. It was crazy. It was actually crazy, man. Now, fuck you guys. Don't pause. I forgot to say pause, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. What the fuck happened to Brighton? Did they, I know they lost. Did they lose, like, 3-1? I'm assuming they lost 3-1. Wow. That's incredible. Nottingham Forest. Morgan Gibbs-White, Taiwo Ani, Pascal Gross scoring an own goal. That's crazy. Okay. Anyways, though, back to the story. It hit immediately, this one. And this was like a pretty big hit. And so, my friend at the time likes to do this thing, or at least, no, he usually likes to do this thing, where he puts on Spotify, like, wizard music while smoking. I'm not really sure why he does it, but it was kind of a vibe, like, I can't even lie. But I remember, like, my, like, mouth muscles were straight up just, they were forcing me to smile. There was no other mood I could do. Like, I couldn't force myself to not smile. So I was just smiling the entire time. My eyes were, like, kind of squinty. And, like, I was really feeling it. And this was just the beginning, by the way. We get back in the house. My immediate thought is thinking that, okay, my friend is probably just going to hang out with me for a little bit. Because this is the first time I've ever, like, done, like, a hit this hard. But he goes right inside to his room. So I'm just kind of out in the living room. Now, one thing you want to know about weed also is it kind of slows down time. Remember that fucking wizard music I was talking about earlier? He stopped the wizard music. Like, he stopped playing the wizard music. But that shit was still playing in my head. We had just entered the house, and that shit was still, like, on a loop playing in my head. Like, I was thinking, my mind was processing, like, thinking, okay, well, my friend is still playing the wizard music as he's walking into the room. Like, what the fuck? That was an L from your friend. No, it was, but don't worry. Like, he came, don't worry. Still plenty of this story to talk about. So, I'm just kind of left on the couch to, like, watch some TV. And I'm like, okay, you know what, that's fair. That's fair. And, like, I notice also that my sensations are, like, I don't know, they're very tingly. Like, everything feels slow. Like, this is the shit that you see in, like, the visuals of, like, movies. And, so, I tried to, like, work the TV, but the remote wasn't working. And this is when things start to go downhill for me. Because I'm just kind of sitting there, or sometimes even pacing around the room a little bit, just kind of, like, you know, feeling the high keep going more and more up, right? And, holy shit, it's the 8xBet ad. That 8xBet ad is like a scam, or it's not like a scam, but like it's not real. Back to the story though. Couldn't get the TV to work. I'm on the couch now, and I'm just kind of sitting there with my thoughts. And one thing you don't want to do when you smoke weed for the first time is sit with your thoughts. I think a lot. Like, I know I think a lot. And so what I notice is, like, I'm, like, looking at my hands for a little bit, and then within, like, 5 seconds, I remember, it was really fucking weird. All of a sudden, all these different voices and thoughts, like, started entering my head. And it was, like, it was rushing into it. My ears were getting, like, a little, whatchamacallit, like, tingly or whatever. Or ringing. They were ringing, basically. The intrusive thoughts one. And so, like, the voice is just like, no, I know it sounds weird, I know it sounds edgy, but it was low-key, like, my thoughts and, like, voices were just kind of, like, entering into my head at, like, full fucking speed. And the immediate moment I tried to stop it, which you shouldn't do, when you, like, are on drugs, right, the one thing you don't want to do is try and control the high. You want to just kind of roll with it. I didn't do that, so I'm probably not going to take drugs very often. Because I do like being in control of myself. The immediate moment I tried to take control and, like, fend off the voices and, like, thoughts, it was, like, it was so weird. Like, you know how in Minecraft, it's like you have that POV setting and it's like standard like 90 or something, and then you have like Quake Pro. It was so odd because in like 2 milliseconds, the voice is like kind of, I need to stop saying voices because really they were just kind of thoughts. A lot of thoughts just kind of like went in, and then I tried to stop them, and then when I tried to stop them, it was like they just kept getting more and more like overwhelming. And then I hear this like pop in my ears, and my ears are ringing even more. And like I went third person. my ears rang a little bit, or like they were ringing a lot now. And like I heard this pop, and then all of a sudden, like I just am anxious as all hell, right? I'm into fucking like Quake Pro mode. Like I can see way more than like before for whatever reason. It was so odd, man. It was so fucking odd. But it was at that moment I was just like very anxious, and I didn't even know why I was anxious. So with that cycle going on, I was trying to figure out why I was anxious, and that just made me more and more anxious. So then I just rushed to my friend, who's like just sitting there playing video games, because that's kind of how he copes with getting high. Like that's how he usually stays like, I guess, active while high. Otherwise he'll just kind of fall asleep. And I just walk into that room. I knock on his door, and he's like, "You can come in." And he's like, I just kind of look at him, and I just go like, "I don't know what's going on." At least that's what he said. And he's like, "Hey buddy, you okay?" I'm just like shaking my head no. And bro just gets up and just like hugs me for like 2 minutes, and I'm just like grasping, because I straight up was so anxious and so scared that I didn't even want to fucking leave his arms. It was crazy, man. It was crazy. No, he basically said like the, "Hey buddy," like it was literally that. It was literally that. No, that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, my friend did like have a little bit of an L there, but he came back with a massive W. And he's like, "Hey, let's go watch something." So we go onto the couch, and he's noticing that the remote's not working either. So he tries to figure something out. And he's like, "Hey, let's watch something." And he's like, "Is there anything like particular that you want to watch?" Oh, by the way, thank you for the gifted sub from YoungSun02. Appreciate that, my man. He's like, "Is there anything specific you want to watch?" I'm like, I don't know. Like I have this really like high pitched voice as well. Like this is the 4-minute comeback. All right. It's time. But yeah, to kind of sum up the rest of the story, my friend like puts on King of the Hill, and my like tiny bit of soberness was like, "Bro, I do not want to watch fucking King of the Hill high." So I'm just like, again, very anxious, just like, can we watch JoJo? And he's like, yeah, buddy, we can watch JoJo. So for the next like, I don't know, like 3 hours, I'm high as shit watching JoJo. And one thing I remember like pretty much most of the time was every noise was extra annoying. King of the Hill goated, but I didn't want to watch that fucking high, I'll be honest. Like everything was much more annoying to hear. Like my phone vibrated like 15 times near my foot, because my group chat, like the group chat I was in at the time, with like Naban and HRV Zach was just going off. I'm just like, I swear to God, if that phone goes off one more time, I'm putting that phone somewhere else. And another thing was, I couldn't stop thinking of everything. It was so weird. Like, just recalling it was so weird. I would go from one thought to the next. Every single time. It was like 1 second I'd be thinking about, like, this certain topic, and then the next millisecond I'm thinking about something else. And it just kept going on for like 3 hours. There are times when it got like a little bit scary, because it started digging into like the depths of my brain, where like I may have taken a few, like, you know, where like you see something pretty traumatic and your brain just takes a fucking screenshot because it fucking hates you. It kind of did that. Like, I saw a few things, or just thought of a few things that I didn't really want to think of at the time. No, it wasn't a panic attack. It wasn't a panic attack. I had my friend with me. I think it was just, I don't know, me being high as shit, I guess. Like, I talked to one of my friends. It's basically the same thing happened to him, except he wasn't, like, as anxious as I was. Please no JoJo spoiler. Don't worry. I'm on part 5, so you'll be fine. Okay? Like, I haven't even got to part 6. It's very good, though. Very good. But, Yeah. It was pretty wild. Pretty fucking wild. Like, there were times where I would just think of a scenario and then think of, like, 7 different ways to, like, solve it, or 7 different, like, outcomes of that scenario. It was odd, man. Being high is odd. That's really the best way I can explain it. But honestly, looking back, although it was a fucking terrifying experience at times, it was pretty funny. Oh yeah, I forgot to... Oh wait, I don't even have to change the score. The score's not even there anymore.